that a new one?
Huh?
Is that a new one?
Yeah.
I want to see what I can do. Yeah. It's probably less hot than the black one from last year.
But like it's like warm on the t-shirt winter.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it's warm today. Essentially.
Right.
You're like dropping a pin.
It is way too quiet in here. Sing a song or something, Bob.
No, no. I'm not that cool.
Nate,
I have the mic.
No.
you're used
You-
to being in the spotlight.
You don't hear me sing. Are any of y'all from Austin? No?
I mean, I'm covering. I'm from Dallas.
Gotcha. I'm shocked no one came from Austin.
Yeah. I was
Maybe they're
wondering about that.
banking they're going on to the championship series or something like that. I don't know. That's kind of
Maybe
crazy.
because the College Station Regional.
Yeah.
is walking over there.
Yeah.
There's a,
Last time he said they had people signed up for it,
Huh. Well, that's
but he didn't say.
maybe they're maybe deadline. Well, it's only 8:30 though.
there's someone from Austin listening to you.
There we go. Yeah. Just kind of surprising though.
Go look at Facebook now.
wants to do like studio in case needed.
Okay.
So she's gonna slide around.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. A reminder, there are no recordings allowed during the press conference. Please silence all cell phones and electronic devices, and make sure to give your name and affiliation whenever you get the mic to ask a question. We're joined by Texas head coach Mike White, and then players Tegan Cavan and Bella Dayton. One will be joining us here in a second, but we'll start with an opening statement, Coach, and then we'll go to questions.
Well, first off, obviously, congratulations to Stanford making College World Series. Niger Canada for becoming the Player of the Year, USA Player of the Year. Tremendous award and well deserved. We knew that it was going to be a tough matchup. She is tough as they come, and obviously, it was good to get out there and get a couple of runs up, and then be able to get those extra runs in the last innings, in the sixth innings there. Hats off to Tegan Cavan, threw extremely well, freshman, shutout against one of the best clubs in the country, so couldn't be any prouder than her. And then, of course, our players came through in some situations there as well with some runners on base.
All right, open up to questions. Questions, anybody? Go to second row over here on the right.
Jacob Richmond, Lone Star Life. Coach, you talked about how important it was for teams to be able to adapt to this tournament, to have a freshman come in on the opening night, pitch a shutout, and be basically unhittable. What does that do for your team?
Well, just it's a good start, and that's what you want. You know, we've been really kind of struggling a little bit, to tell you the truth, with some starting pitching the last few weeks. But I think they're growing week to week, and they're getting tougher, and they're learning from this environment. And it can be tough at times. Adversity creates opportunity, and Tegan's come through, and each time she goes out there, I think she gets stronger. And our next pitcher up, I don't know who that's going to be yet, but hopefully they learn off what happened tonight.
Or go front row left, right here.
Brady Vernon, Softball America. Tegan, was there anything that kind of went into tonight? You looked very comfortable. You didn't look like a freshman with nerves. Just what kind of played into your kind of calm presence?
I think last week honestly helped a lot when I came in a big situation last week to come here. And I think that just kind of calmed me. I knew I was prepared, and then I've been in front of a big stage before. But just kind of staying locked in with Reese the whole time and calming my nerves and just breathing, really focusing on my breath.
And more. Fire away if you need it. Yeah.
I guess, Mike, with facing someone like Nyjah, how much does it help out with the speed that your team has, and you don't have to always rely on the big hits, which is find different ways to score runs?
Well, that's kind of our MO. This is what we do. We try to find ways to win, and it comes to my fast pitch days for men. And I was telling the ladies, sometimes you'd strike out 15 times, against some of these pitchers, but you'd find a ways to get runs and hang on to them. And it's the same thing here. You're not always going to hit home runs. I remember we went out and played Arkansas in a super regional. They had all these home runs, but we were able to shut them down with change-ups and drop balls. So you've got to be able to adapt against good pitching and be able to find ways to score runs.
Tegan, I know it was a little while since the last time you played Stanford, but did you feel any different this time around? Was the approach any different for you after more of the season?
I think the approach was a little different. I mean, I knew I was glad I had film to go back and look over against them, but I think we were both so different teams from February, so I think it's a different approach, and it's a bigger stage here. I think everyone just comes with a different fight.
Any questions for Bella now that she's joined us? Sure. Go front row.
You guys were pretty successful against Nyjah with runners in scoring position. What was that kind of approach at the plate against someone that's been so tough for a lot of teams this year?
Just committing to our plan. We've talked about it so much on what we're hunting and what we're looking for, and obviously communicating just throughout each at bat and relaying that message on throughout the lineup. That's kind of what we did today. And then just whenever I went up there my second time through, what was I better at off of a pitcher like her, and that's what we stayed with, and that's kind of how we executed.
Okay, go back second row on the right.
Bella, when you're in that situation, how much confidence does it give you guys when you've got Tegan on the mound, shutting out the team, and keeping you guys in it for as long as you need it to score those runs?
Oh yeah, I mean, we're confident behind any pitcher that is up on the mound. We just know as offense that we need to do our job, and it doesn't have to be in the first inning. We have 7 innings to play, so just staying confident and again communicating throughout the lineup and passing the bat and just relaying the message on what we're seeing, what we're looking for, and what it looks like. So again, definitely very confident behind all our pitchers, and tonight was just a really fun game to start off the World Series.
Okay, we've got one from Eric Lopez on Zoom.
Eric Lopez, D1 softball. For Tegan, everybody talks about Reese and her bat, but talk about her as a catcher and catching you and what a difference she makes.
Yeah, she makes a big difference on the field. She's always locking me in. She knows we're going to call timeout at the same time, and she knows what I need every single time she comes out and talks to me. So I'm really glad to have her out there, and she keeps my nerves down. Before the game, we always talk going into it, and she really just helps me center myself and be where my feet are.
All right, we'll go back front row left here.
Mike, what's been the most impressive part about Tegan's development since she arrived at the fall?
Yeah, I think just learning to calm her nerves. You know, it's a challenge sometimes when you're nervous. It's a good thing. We talk about it. You know, it's part of the adrenaline and to get going. If you don't have nerves, then you're not firing. Getting ready to go play. So she's been able to kind of channel those things into energy and be able to control it. And I just like that growth, and I'm excited to see how she does going into the rest of the tournament.
Any more questions? All right, I think that'll do it, Texas. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I am not sure on that. You may ask Matt. I think it's pretty quick from what the writers have said. Yeah. I want to say within like 5 minutes-ish from what they've told me. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Reminder, no recordings during the press conference. Please silence all cell phones and electronic devices and give your name and affiliation whenever you ask questions. We're joined by Stanford head coach Jessica Allister and player Nigel Kennedy. We will start with an opening statement from Coach Allister and then open it up for questions.
Yeah, not the result we wanted and not necessarily the game that we wanted to play. Credit to Texas. I thought they did a really good job of stringing hits together and executing offensively, but we can be better. And the good news is we get to play again tomorrow, and we will be better tomorrow. So, looking forward to getting back out on the field and playing Stanford softball.
Open it up for questions.
Coach, talk a little bit about that. Tim Willard, Associated Press. Tim Willard, Associated Press, Mercury News, San Jose. Talk a little bit about that third inning. I mean, she kind of mowed him down the first 2 innings, and then they kind of put some, a couple of bunts and an infield, single together. Talk a little bit about how that went down.
Yeah, I think that is one of the things that Texas is very, very, very good at. I think they have productive at bats. I think they execute small ball. They've got really good speeds. They put good pressure on the defense. And I think when they can kind of get rolling in that situation, I think that's when they're dangerous and that's when they're at their best. And we knew that coming in. But, credit to them. They did a good job, getting the bunt down. Then the, wild pitch pass ball gets her to second, get another bunt down, just like consistent pressure on the defense. And, that's their game, and they do it well.
Go front row left here.
Brady Vernon, Softball America.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of, you guys still have a lot of kind of newcomers between Taryn and the freshmen in the lineup. How does that kind of play in a part of their first game as well as at the World Series and stuff?
I think it probably plays a little bit more than we'd like. Part of our post-game meeting there, it felt like the game started and then the game was over, and here we sit. And I think part of that could be a couple of nerves getting on this stage, a stage that you've dreamed about your entire life. But like I told the team, we're a better ball club than that. And, we're happy about being able to come out and play again tomorrow.
Can you talk briefly about the performance by Texas pitcher? She weathered a first inning single, and that was pretty much, with the exception of a couple walks, that was pretty much it for you guys.
Yeah, I think we went the wrong direction today offensively. I thought we came out, and I thought the first maybe 3 innings we had really good at bats, and we were putting good pressure on the defense, getting good barrel to the ball, and doing a pretty good job. And then instead of getting more comfortable as we got more at bats, we got tighter and we started guessing and we got sped up. And when you're facing somebody who's throwing the ball up and out of the zone and then pulling the string, when you do that, it's going to make for a long day. But obviously, Kavan threw a gem, and lots of credit to her. But we just, instead of settling in and understanding that the more pitches we see, the better we can get if we allow ourselves to, we just got really, really, really sped up. And just, we'd have some good at bats and then throw away at bats, and a good at bat and throw away at bats, and we just couldn't really string anything together.
Maybe questions for Nigel once she's here. Front row left.
How did you feel about your stuff tonight, especially going against a lineup that you faced already in the season, especially a really tough one?
Yeah, just not my best game. Too many walks, too many wild pitches, and just looking to get better tomorrow.
Any other questions? All right. Thank you, Stanford.
Thank you.